Shouts out to Pink Book Lessons on YouTube. Y'all subscribe. But I use these as educational only. I'm not trying to make any money. It's just informational. Now, the case of this one is that she gave up her child so that way she can have a hot whole summer. That is the description. Let's watch.
Farther than I even expected. Like way farther than I expected. He's trying to adopt my child, and you're not a friend of the family. You're not an adopted parent. How you just gonna adopt somebody's child?
You do that. I've told you 5 times now. Reach out to the lawyer and find out what's going on between Mr. Brinkley, you, and the child. I can't say it any clearer.
Okay, so today we have a wild case study. We have a mother who was going through a hard time at some point, and she gave up her daughter to this man and signed her rights away. Now it's been about 3 years. He's been taking care of her daughter along with his partner, and she's wanting her daughter back. Instead of hiring an attorney and going through the process, she just kept making phone calls to him and saying what she was going to do to him. So he filed a restraining order on her, and that's why they're in court right now for the restraining order. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right. Mr. Brinkley, go ahead. Tell me what's going on.
Okay. So, Irania is Italy's biological mother. We have a pending adoption on. I have an attorney and everything for the adoption. Italy has been with me full time since she was right after a year old. The way that she came into our life is because Irania's mother and I are extremely close. She was going through some things personally, so Italy ended up coming to live with me. We ended up having a conversation where we decided that I was going to go ahead and adopt Italy. Irania signed over all of her rights and everything. And then she just decided that she was going to pretty much move to like the Midwest, but she was also incarcerated for a little while.
Right away, we see that the mom is a criminal and a deadbeat. She couldn't take care of her own daughter, so she left her with her friend. I wonder why she did.
But see, this is the problem here. We don't look at men and women as parentals equally. When a man's a deadbeat, oh, he's a deadbeat. That's always talked about. The man is the deadbeat, the father. He's not around. This is the narrative that feminists always try to spill. But we don't talk about the women deadbeats, the ones that'll give up their child so they can go out with another man and live happy, or the ones that'll give up their child because they're frustrated, stressed out, and they want to go get ran through, and so they give the parental rights to somebody else. When they feel motherly, all of a sudden they want to come back and cause trouble for the child and the person that she gave them up to. These are scum in my eyes, men and women.
Give the child to her father or even her own family. She's sitting up there with her sister today. Why did her sister get her?
One of the first things is I had to end up taking Italy when she first came to live with me. We had to take her to the hospital because she had a UTI, but I didn't want to take her to the hospital by myself, me being a single man with a little girl. So her mother went to the hospital with us. Well, because of her being so young, they had a defects worker come out. The defects worker advised that she could only go home with me and my partner at the time. We ended up having a conversation with Irania. We went to a UPS store in Powder Springs where she signed documentation. All of that has been emailed over, but she signed over all of her rights and everything. And she agreed to everything. She spoke to the defects worker when she was incarcerated and everything. So for like the next maybe about 4 years or so, we were pretty much chasing her down to try to have her build a relationship with the child, but she didn't want anything to do with it. She advised me herself that she wasn't ready to be a mom. She would rather, party and just have a good time. That's all fine and dandy. I told her, live your life. She'll be taken care of. That's fine.
Yeah, she didn't have time for her daughter. She was more interested in being a city girl, living her best life during hot girl summer.
So May of this year, she's told me on several different occasions that she hopes that I die. She can't wait until the day that she looks over in the casket and see me dead. I have recordings as well as my coworker, as well as my partner has heard her. She has now said that she knows my address and that she's going to kill me. She said that I wouldn't be able to speak if they were to find my body. She did. So once I block her, what she'll do is she'll get someone else's phone. I sent that in the text message. I sent that in the email as well, where she texted me from someone else's phone, telling me that she was going to see me soon as she was going to kill me. She's threatened to kidnap the child. She threatened her mom to burn their house down with them in the house. Let's see. She late last year, as it pertains to the child, she was at a hotel with the child, and there was some random man in the background. And so I had to, at about midnight, end up going to the hotel to rescue the child because a completely different man, which her sister sent me the address to her job.
You show me where she's text you or play me a threat on a phone?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And then I just, for some reason, I didn't get the emails until yesterday. I didn't get the paperwork until yesterday in regards to the court date. So I didn't get to email everything over until this morning, but I did go ahead and email it over. With the text messages and everything with her threatening. With, hopefully you can hear this, but here is a recording.
He's about to play a voicemail from this psycho, but you notice one thing with all these courts, doesn't really matter the state. Why is it that whenever you have a case with a man versus a woman, especially when the man is the plaintiff, it seems like they try to tell them at the last minute about the court date, or they'll send mixed messages by saying that it's at one time when it's really at another time, like they're trying to sabotage the case or something. I don't know, that could be a coincidence. And then this mother is out of order. She left her daughter with this man, and although he seems like a decent person, why would you do that? And then she had her daughter with her in a hotel around some other man.
Where right now? At work, and if you threaten to come to my house or to kill me one more time, we're going to have a problem. Stop. Oh my God! I'm gonna put it out and kill you. Oh my God! You just don't find your ass. Oh my God! Let me pick my child, bro. And you just.
She said, let me speak to my child. It's not even your effing child, bro. Yeah, but why did you leave her with him for 4 years? And didn't you give the father the opportunity to take her instead of passing her off to a man that you're now calling a stranger?
That's fine. Well, that's fine because Detective Donnelly has everything that you said to me. Because every time you call my phone, you get disrespectful. I'm tired of you threatening my life. I'm tired of you threatening. And what are you gonna do? And what are you gonna do when you snap Uranium? But what are you gonna do when you snap Uranium? That's fine. Irena, you've ruined your own life with the drugs, with the alcohol, with everything.
This is how she's talking to him, calling him bees and everything else, saying that he ruined her.
We're going to stop that right there. This is why men make better parents, because we're not emotional creatures. We're not based off our emotions. We're not going to give our child up because we want to go have fun. No, we're going to suck it up, raise that child until it's 18 or old enough, to be responsible on its own. Once that child is responsible and can get his or her own place and stuff, then we going to relax. Then we going to have our fun, travel the world, have a hot boy summer, and do what we do.